What are the chances you can make it? Boom, he's here. What a guy.
I heard
We appreciate
I heard
him.
he had big plans. You canceled all your plans.
I wouldn't
just
miss
to
it.
be-
Are you kidding me? I'm going to my house on Little Crescent.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
we
saying?
were wondering whether after, I know you probably taped a couple shows before this, right?
Yeah.
And we were
Very
wondering,
subtle.
when you're walking to your car, it's 11 degrees, and you're like, why the hell did I agree to go down there? But you know what? You're here with the boys, and we couldn't be happier to have you with us. And you have been... And
This is the juju we need.
This is the juju
on the ride to
Right,
the Super Bowl.
with this juju.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean that, man.
I would
It's a
not
group
have
thing.
said that. I would not have said that.
I know. Well, hey, it
not
is.
the Smith-Schuster juju.
Right, that's right. Look at
That's
all these
a
jujus.
different juju.
That's a different juju.
No, I wouldn't miss it. I'm a huge City Pigeons podcast fan.
Hey, let me say this.
I don't know where The Rock is tonight. That's
The Rock.
upsetting.
The Rock. We
I
never thought of that.
at charter school.
That's right. You know
Thank
so
you.
much about
You kidding
Rock.
me?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Okay, so Rock is actually out on the West Coast doing a little snowboarding. He's representing the brothers out there on the mountain, getting after it. And, we appreciate him for his action sports abilities. What are you going to do? So, Michael,
Yes.
I was thinking about this the other day. You are literally the voice and kind of face of our generation's experience for really both the Eagles and the Phillies, right? Like, we have been for years, turning on your shows after the games, before the games, after the games. You have been able to play during the games. You have been able to play that kind of role in all of our kind of fan experience and development, which in Philadelphia is like more than just a show. It's more than just a fan experience for us. It's like part of the community, and I just have to. I've never had to been able to really ask you this, but I want to know from your perspective, what has that meant to you to be able, like guys like us, right? We're in our 40s, so we really kind of like, I don't want to say we grew up with you, but
we're day one
I'm in my
Comcast
40s.
Sportsnet guys.
That's right. We watch Prism. We got a little Prism in there, you know what I mean?
Right, yes.
But like that whole, and really, we're thinking about the Eagles right now, obviously. End of the 90s, Andy Reid comes in, and then the last 20 or so years have been, for the most part, really great. And you've been there that whole way. So it's just been amazing. And I just wonder what it's like for you to have done that here in Philly where everything means so much. It's got to be something that's really awesome.
It is really awesome. It's an honor, and I don't take it lightly. My wife grew up in Havertown. My father-in-law and mother-in-law went to Overbrook. My father-in-law played basketball for the city champions in '57. He was 2 years behind Wilt, Hank Altshuler. And and he's really my go-to guy, along with friends like you and Dad, that kind of really gave me the lay of the land with regard to Philadelphia sports. And I think I always say we define ourselves in Philadelphia to no small degree by the success or failure of our sports team.
Absolutely.
It's the way we roll. It's the way we live. I don't know what we would do. If the Eagles won back-to-back Super Bowls, I don't know what we'd do.
Yeah,
you know
we
what
would.
I mean?
Yeah, our identity
and then
would
the
be all
first year
messed
they
up.
lost, we'd be like, "What the frig?
Yeah,
they lost the Super Bowl."
Boo the crap out of them.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly,
Yeah.
and that's how we do it here. And it has been so special. I can't believe that 25 years has gone by like that at Comcast Sportsnet, now NBC Sports Philadelphia. Prior to that, I was in Boston. Prior to that, I was at Channel 3. And working with the Uke manager. You ought to get him on the podcast. He'd be great. Yuki? Oh, my, yeah.
Listen,
Pride of Dover High School.
By the way, anybody who wants to come on the podcast.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. Hey, yo, you're walking down Main Street.
Call
Come
us
here.
up. Call us up.
I sent Fink a YouTube video earlier today. You were on an old
Commercial.
CBS
Awesome.
3
There he is.
commercial.
Yeah.
You were in like a Freddy Krueger
everybody seeing
polo
that now?
shirt at the
Yeah,
at the
I think
bar.
so. Dan, you're clipping over to this?
If you're not on YouTube and you're listening on Spotify,
That's
just
not me.
look up the highlights commercial on YouTube.
KYW TV 3,
Blue
1998.
Tilly, Yuki
That's-
Washington
Yo.
with a Michael Barkann cameo.
Oh, look how
in
80s
the
it
middle.
is.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
They don't make commercials like this. This is well produced.
Wait,
this
it
is
was
a, like a good
amazing.
Can I ask a
commercial.
question? I don't know. Is this a commercial
It's a
for?
promo.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
promo
For
for
sports,
Channel 3
yeah.
Sports.
Yeah, they're not doing that
Eyewitness
anymore.
Sports.
You know what they
That's
do
it.
now? They have
What?
like you guys like stand in there and they do a 15-second hit where
Right.
you know
That's
what I
it.
mean. None of this. Look at this.
You're
I mean,
right.
This is creative.
But you know what? They probably spent like $75 grand making
At
that.
least
And
the
it was probably worth it.
The Pointer Sisters were doing a video outside. It was at the Bourse. We did it.
Oh,
at
really?
Independence Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then downstairs there was some club that they cleared out. They bought all the time, and that was a blast. But it has been unbelievable time here, And again, going back to my father-in-law, he always says of New Yorkers, because I grew up like your dad in Central Jersey. Your dad grew up in New York, I know. But I was more New York oriented, and in New York they got 9 professional teams. He's like, we got 4 teams. Pick a team, stick with the team, and root for the team come hell or high water. And so that's what it's about in Philadelphia.
Right. Like, think about it. In New York, how do you build any community around your team when half the people like the Jets, half the people like the Giants? It's pretty arbitrary. You can't figure out who's who. I mean, it doesn't work at all. And so it's been a different experience, obviously, for us here in Philly.
That's why I don't understand. There's people in Philadelphia who actively cheer for other franchises in the NFL, and I don't understand that, because it's like, say you're a Dolphins fan, right? And there's a lot of Dolphins fans. But if you're in Philadelphia, what do you like? You can't celebrate with anyone, and you're missing out on this. The whole entire city comes together, and you're worried about if Tua is coming back from a concussion. Like, it makes no sense to be from Philly and not take advantage of what is going on in this town, because it's so special, and you can see other cities are jealous of it. They wish they had it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can never understand parents that make their kids root for the team that they rooted for growing up and that they still root for.
It's almost child abuse.
It is almost child abuse. So all the kids, little Johnny, little Sally, little Sarah, little Bobby, they're all celebrating a big Phillies win or an Eagles win, and there's a Stunad talking about, hey, the Vikings won one.
Right.
Who cares?
Nobody
cares. Nobody cares.
Move to Minnesota then.
Like the Chiefs bar that apparently exists in Philadelphia.
The only caveat to that, though, is if you grew up someplace and you're in another place, I understand that. And two, there's weird stuff that causes allegiances to shift. Like if someone, I know somebody he's a cancer survivor, and he's from here, and he had childhood cancer, and he's a big Pittsburgh Penguins fan because Mario Lemieux is a cancer survivor, and he
you can't knock that.
That's the deal.
So wait,
and I completely get that.
I got to clarify something, because I have maintained, throughout my life, grilling other people about their fandom, that there is a dad exemption, meaning if your dad was a fan of something, that's okay for you to be a fan too, because of that father-son relationship. But you guys are saying if you're in Philly, dad has to let that go.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
Your dad did, for God's sakes.
My dad,
Giants
he
anymore.
converted before I even got into the.
When I was younger, when I was a kid, I liked the Golden State Warriors. I had an AFC team and a West Coast Conference team, just because, and I liked players in sports. I liked Bo Jackson. I liked Chris Mullin. I liked
we all did that.
Even Barkley when he went to the Suns. But if you don't have when you get older, you don't have the knowledge to just say, okay, now I'm going to root for Philly.
Right.
When I became like 14 years old, I just said, all right, who cares? I don't care about any of these other teams anymore. It's about Philly. And you can do the same thing with your parents' team. You can root for your dad's teams until you're 14, and then once you get your own mind, and you can say, all right, listen, screw you, Dad. I like the Eagles, And then you mess with him. I think that
reminds me
much more sense
of a very specific instance. Our good friend Mark Goodhart, sponsor of the show, the Goodhart firm, best personal injury firm in the city.
Goodhart.
Here, take it from Michael Barkann.
I got run over by a car on my way in here, and I called Mark Goodhart.
No. But listen, Mark Goodhart, exceptional gentleman. We appreciate you. He's in Vermont right now, where it's about -7 degrees. Good timing there.
It's brutal.
Mark. But anyway, Mark's wife is a Giants and a Mets fan. Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
Danielle?
Yeah.
Danielle Goodhart?
Yeah, Danielle Goodhart. She tries to hide it a little bit.
Bad heart?
Yeah.
Right.
But, so there.
How good is that heart? If you're
that household dynamic is pretty interesting there. So,
It is.
Having you here, can we all just take a minute to just say
stop
how
it.
excited we
Stop
are?
it. I'm more excited.
No.
Listen,
please.
Barkann's
Hold
a
on.
legend to me.
That's
man.
not even what I meant. You guys
stop.
didn't let me finish.
Okay.
How excited we are about the fact that we're sitting here in the middle of the 2-week Super Bowl bye. Our squad's going to play. This has only happened a few times, at least in my lifetime. And you've been at every one. And your unique perspective on it is amazing. But how exciting to have the squad in the game. We talked about it last time we did the podcast. What were we going to do? We were focused on the 49ers. It's just the greatest, and I couldn't be more fired up. But for you, interesting, you've gone to every one of these. Now you're going to go again. And I was thinking about it.
2/4 of the panel is going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
How about that?
Yep.
You're going?
I'm going, baby.
Nice.
You know, riding.
Whoa, where'd you get the ticks?
Like
you know, where'd you get them?
StubHub.
Wait, can I be honest? I said to my son, I was like, hey man, like I'm just gonna be honest with you. You're gonna have to figure out how to like make some, like if you want to do the stuff I've done, you're gonna have to figure out how to make some money or something, because like I'm not gonna be able to hook you up the way my dad has hooked me up. Let's be clear about this. Now, you know what the cool thing is about it? What's been interesting to see is my dad's gotten older. He has, sometimes people go away, right? Like people you helped out and stuff, but there are those that like never forget.
Yeah.
And it's very cool to see how people who have been successful in life like keep in touch, and then they'll still answer the call when somebody calls. And, if I'm the beneficiary of that, I think it's a great thing.
That's the way it goes.
Come on, like, what are you going to do? I'll be out there. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, you know that. It's gonna be
I'll
awesome.
never
By
have
the way,
that feeling.
high was 76 degrees today.
Ooh.
76 degrees.
Jeez.
That's phenomenal.
50-degree swing right there.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But it's going to be, I think it's going to be great. I really, I was on the fence about the Eagles against the Patriots. I hoped they'd win. I thought they were going to win, but you truly could say I'm pretty confident. And maybe that's misplaced.
It's
and
not.
you guys
It's
would
not.
know better.
They're
I
really.
think they should.
They're a better team.
Okay.
I feel like everyone's confident around the city too. We have customers
and
coming all
when
day
the
in
whole
the
city
store.
gets confident, it's dangerous.
It's scary.
Like,
it's scary.
Okay. So you guys know where I fall on this. I said earlier this week that I am worried only because I'm not worried. Like, I'm not worried at all, and that is worrying me. And anytime I get in a situation where, like, everybody's on the same side of something, that just makes me nervous in and of itself, right?
But it's not like they're a 7.5
I hear
point
you.
favorite.
I hear you.
It's just us. We know what
we have in this team.
We know what we got. The only game they legitimately lost this year with Jalen Hurts was Washington, and that was kind of a fluke
That's
game.
just a dud.
The defense has been playing, especially the defensive line. I mean, it's such an advantage. And then I guarantee you, Arizona will be 80% Eagles fans and 20% Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
You already
Chiefs
saw
fans,
some of that coming
Chiefs
out.
fans probably, they've been to 2 Super Bowls in the last few years. They probably already, Philadelphia will never get tired of this. They will always go and travel for these things, and it's going to be fun.
Were you in Minneapolis or Jacksonville?
No, I wasn't.
Were you?
I was in Jacksonville.
That was-
I remember.
There's never a Super Bowl there again.
Yeah, I know.
tell you.
I have specific memories
Most
of that
boring
because
area on earth.
Oh my God! Plus, it was freezing.
yeah, it's not very exciting. It was very cold. I remember because you and my dad, you guys were like doing the show out in a trailer, right? And like it was all cold, and you guys were in the golf carts.
Yeah.
And I was actually thinking about this earlier today, and it was amazing to me to think about this. How many Eagles games have you been to in the past? Like actually been to in like 20 years?
0, 1. Yeah, one. Right.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
'Cause
That was it. I was just talking
It
about
just
that
dawned
too.
on me that I was
Yeah.
like, this guy
That's
never
crazy.
goes. He can't go to the game.
Yeah.
I'd be like every once in a while, like, hey, can I just take this week off? I'm just going to go actually to the game and check it out. Or
me
I would have
today
been like,
off.
why can't they put a studio or put you guys like ESPN does? Get you on the field or something. Probably too expensive.
Yeah,
it's
that's like right.
Put you on those
That's
Booger
rights
McFarlane
fees.
chairs.
And by the way, Michael's sitting there in the studio eating his Walter Stabe at
The
watching
Walter
the game.
Stabenator. Yeah, Walter Stabe was City Tavern, and the Gov got him in to bring the spread for the game, and we ate like absolute kings.
Let me ask you a
It was
question. Though.
Unreal.
Was that at halftime?
No, that was he would come in.
No, you can't do that at halftime because then you fall asleep.
Well, that's my point. Like,
No.
when did-
No. It was just before the game, during the game, halftime,
Right.
and post game.
So you got to manage that. By the time the show's over, you're ready to do post game live. You're full of tavern.
It was.
You never had to leave the set, right?
I'd be
You
in
were
the
always
back
good.
snoring.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be.
I mean, he had creamed herring. He had Nova.
I don't even know what that is.
Creamed herring? It's herring, man. It's been
But it's creamed.
It's creamed,
It's herring,
man.
but it's creamed.
The cream part sounds
like
extra
it's
sketchy.
like a sour.
I wouldn't be eating creamed anything before I had to
Okay,
talk
you
to
know
the
what?
entire
I thought we
fan
were
base.
at a little more highbrow here,
No,
but I guess not.
No,
This
now
was
you
a
know.
professional show until Barkann showed
Exactly.
up.
Creamed herring,
I
creamed
suckered you
herring
into it.
is it's in a cream sauce with onions, and it's phenomenal. And but he brought that, and he brought steak, he brought all sorts of dips, everything.
Gotta have dips.
Yeah.
Nothing without the dips.
So
yeah, this wasn't just like the lobster pie from Chickies and Pete's. I mean,
Yeah.
this was a full-on assault on your gut, basically.
So yeah, he was absolutely unbelievable. But I was thinking about not going to a game, and we never used to have until about 2007 or 2008. We had no pregame program, so I would just. For a 1 o'clock start, I would show up at about 11:30, put my stuff down, walk across the street, take in the first half, a little of the third quarter, stroll back across, and do the post-game program.
That's good.
And then we changed it around and did the pregame, and then we do a halftime thing. And if you can't
End of the
leave-
first quarter hit.
you can't leave exactly.
On the way to commercial.
First commercial break.
Yeah,
You can't leave the studio.
you can't. You pretty much can't.
And
but-
you know what? Speaking of the commercial I brought up, I remember there was an old Comcast Sportsnet commercial. It was when Michael Barkann used to honestly be on Comcast from morning till night, and he walked in. The commercial was. He walked into Comcast. He was the security guard. He was the receptionist,
spot.
and he was every character. And he'd be like, "Hey, good morning, Michael. Good morning, Michael." And it was all Michael Barkanns. But that's literally how much time he spent on air at Comcast when it first started. He'd be on there all day long.
And the end line of the spot was me saying to myself, "What a guy!" I love that.
Do you remember that spot? Did you ever?
Oh, it was great. I was a
Somehow I had
janitor.
not
I was
I know
a
you were,
toll
yeah,
taker.
yeah.
I was everything. And I remember going to my boss, the general manager at the time, the late great Sam Schroeder, whose son Matthew still works with us at NBC Sports Philadelphia. I said, "This is embarrassing." I said, "I'm just on all the time. It's
Right.
great." I said, "I don't mind it,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, do we have
Yeah.
nobody else?
Anyone else
And
fill in?
he looked at me. He said, "I don't think it's too much." I'm like, "Okay,
I have to
I'll keep
say,
keeping on."
You have a abnormally high motor. I mean,
Well.
we saw each other a couple weeks ago. You came over to my dad's for lunch, and you came in the door like Kramer. Bam! You know what I mean? I was like, holy crap, Michael's here.
It's just, I mean, I
love it.
just me too. I try to be. My family might say I'm different, but they're watching right now. Hi, everybody.
Beautiful. We need those views. Hey,
up,
by the way,
Barkanns?
wait,
Yeah.
Barkanns family, if you're
What up,
watching, can you
Barkanns?
subscribe to the YouTube channel? I hear if we get to 1,000, we can start
Maybe
to monetize.
tell a friend.
So
Oh,
please.
really? 1,000?
Yeah,
monetized?
1,000
And then get
monetized.
my website ready, get my
All of
podcast
them.
ready.
All of them. Oh, yeah.
We're going to be guests on Michael's podcast.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
you can join us, man. You come right
Yeah,
over.
you got it.
Yeah,
Hey,
you know what,
Say the
Rock?
word.
Just stay out in Seattle, dude. We got
That's
man.
right.
We got a new
Okay.
co-host.
I see some legends in the chat. Goodhart checks in from the vacation.
From the vacation.
Because you know why it's so cold.
Isn't his
There's
Wi-Fi frozen
skiing
out
in
there's
there?
Vermont?
nothing to do.
Is he in Stowe?
I don't know where he is. in
What's up,
Vermont.
Goodhart?
Goodhart, say where you
Goodhart,
are.
are you in Stowe?
Are you
I don't
in
know
Stowe,
you,
dude?
Goodhart, but you seem like a good guy.
He
That's
is a
what they're
good guy.
telling me. That's what your
Okay,
friends
and then
are
I
telling
saw
me.
Enrico.
They're upset with your wife, though. She's her fandom is in question.
Mark, we threw Danielle
should
under the
convert.
bus. I see Enrico in there. You know, some legends.
Enrico Bro.
That's my guy.
Devin Caney. You know,
Enrico.
Devin, she's in there.
What's up,
Barkann knows
Devin
Enrico
Caney?
from 700 level.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
That's my guy. Yeah.
He's
We
in
sat
there.
next to each other.
Yeah.
Enrico?
Yeah, he's in the
By the way,
comments right now,
randomly,
watching the
I
show.
saw.
What's up, Enrico?
I saw he.
I'm still using your desk, buddy.
I saw that he liked a tweet earlier that someone suggested that we do a Daily News Live reunion show on
Yeah.
the City Pigeons. I think that that's a pretty
I
solid
would love
idea right
that.
there.
I would love that. Although your dad called them all. You mean the rummies? I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, you know. I'm like,
Well,
No.
let's be honest. The average sports writer did look a little disheveled. You know what I mean when they came in.
No.
don't agree?
Not those guys.
I don't agree. They were all top shelf, top
So
notch.
I was
They were all
thinking
very well shoveled.
earlier. I was thinking about this, and I think it's interesting to look at. I look at these three Super Bowls, right? 04, 18. You know what annoys me, by the way?
Reed loser Super
Can I ask you
Bowl.
guys a question? Do you go with the year of the season or the year that
Fear the
game?
Super Bowl.
Okay.
Isn't
that annoying?
it is annoying.
You got it.
They should play the whole thing
Because a
before
lot of
the
people
end
say
the year.
no. A lot of people say the
Or just change
2017
the calendar.
Yeah,
They
it's
say 2017. I was like,
season.
well, the Super Bowl isn't.
Right, it was in 18. It was in 05.
I
It was
digress.
in 81.
Yeah, I digress. But the point is, 3 Super Bowls in the span of however many years, I can't remember exactly, but those have been, for most of us, are different experiences with getting to this point, and they're all so different, right? I look at it like from a fan's perspective, 04, 05, you've been so scarred by everything that it took to get there. Like, I went into that, like, please don't let us lose this game.
Yeah.
Like, we deserve this game. And then we lost it. And I'll never forget being in that stadium. I wanted to be home immediately. Like, I just wanted to get under my covers.
Yeah.
It was just like, you've got to be kidding me. We made it here. And at that point, Brady wasn't, you know, I mean, they were good, but they weren't there. So that was just like heartbreaking.
He didn't get his buccal fat removed yet.
His buckle fat?
Is that what they call this? The
Is that what he
fat?
did? I see. I mean, I
I
heard
don't
stuff.
even
I
know.
didn't realize.
Yeah, that's
You
well.
use the
Did
same
that
doctor?
happen? Yeah, I
Use
do.
it-
I'm getting the same procedure.
I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to.
You know, is there any anybody
get-
that does necks? Anyway,
yeah,
call us if
some
you
turkey
do
necks
sponsor
right
the
here.
program. We'll do a trade.
I like that.
No, but you know, then you take forever to get back, and when you do, it's in a very unexpected way, and it's just like, I remember going to that game being like, geez, well, you know, you got Foles, and so it's almost like just let it fly and see what happens, but you're, again, have that, like, get over the hump. Like, it's funny because in that situation, I think it was different. With 04, 05, I felt like, okay, we deserve this. We're here. This team has paid its dues. This is a great team. We got to get this done. In 17, 18, whatever you want to call it, you're like, holy crap. And now we got Foles, and oh my God, you're like almost like so dazed by the way the whole thing went that, you know, I didn't feel the same way. Like, if we lose this game, it would have been like the most horrific thing. We win the game. It's great. Now we're back within 5 years. And I was thinking about that too, right? There's not
That's
a lot of
half a
teams.
decade, though. Do you think that's a close
Well,
amount of time?
I think
because remember,
okay.
as we get older, 5 years is nothing.
Yeah.
If you're 15 to 20, 5 years is an eternity.
Right.
Okay.
You know, but now you're in your 40s. I'm also in my 40s, and so you know,
Yeah.
it
We're
takes-
all in our 40s.
I'm actually in my 30s.
Okay.
Whatever,
There
it's
you
fine.
go.
I don't agree with your assessment. I mean, that was like a universal.
allowed to disagree.
Yeah, but that was like you laid it out like it was a universal.
It's
I was
universal.
devastated
I would-
in over. And
No, I
in-
said I was devastated.
I know, but in 17, I expected to win. I wasn't. It wasn't a surprise to me. I was so cocky and confident in and I think
Even
I
going
think-
against the Patriots?
No, not in 2017. In 04, I spent 2 weeks so worried about Terrell Owens' foot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's all I thought about.
Yeah.
I didn't even have time to assess the game. I swear to God, all I cared about was Terrell Owens, and it was pretty much the coolest performance of
He should have
of
won
my
MVP.
lifetime. It was unbelievable. what
Should have
he
won
did.
MVP.
And
in
the
a
way they
losing effort.
treated him afterwards.
How are you disagreeing with me? I'm not understanding.
Because 2017, I was expecting it. It wasn't like a surprise to me.
Expecting what?
maybe to win the Super Bowl. Maybe it was a surprise to other people, but not to Philly.
I was
think.
nervous. I don't know.
I was nervous. I thought they would,
Come
but
on,
I
come on.
wasn't sure.
We were definitely dogs in that game, right?
Yeah.
Someone can go back and,
But we're
and
not
find
now.
out.
I drank
Yeah, we
one
were-
beer a quarter, like I was
That's it.
until the fourth quarter.
think there
Because
were 5.5
either I was going
five and a
to
half
get a
point
load on
dogs
because I'm
that game.
upset, or I'm
They
going to get a
were?
load on
Yeah.
because we're
'Cause I
celebrating.
took the money line. I took the Eagles. I had them
In
in
17 and 18 Super Bowl, they
Yeah.
were 5.5 point
5.5
dogs.
point
And they're
dogs.
what? They're point and a half or two this year, right?
Favorites.
Favorites.
Yeah,
Favorites.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's a big swing. Listen, I would say if you went out and took a poll of Eagles fans, I don't think there's any way that a majority would say they were confident going into that game. I think most people would say,
Yeah,
shit,
maybe I was.
we're riding high, like on a ride. We're riding this underdog thing, but like we are going up against like one of the greatest teams ever, and it's going to take a lot. And the way the game unfolded was absolutely nuts. But to your point about 5 years, and that's a long time, I think in the NFL generally it's not, right? Like how many teams? Somebody said today the Chiefs have been there 3 times now in the past 5 years. That's crazy, right? You got to give them credit for that. But like how many other teams? Let's just get rid of the Patriots, right? They're an anomaly.
done.
But
Yeah.
like the Giants had that one, kind of scenario. Besides that, how many teams are we talking about? I guess the Seahawks. There's not a lot of teams.
There's
Like
not.
it's very hard to get back.
That's what happens with parity. They wanted parity, they've got parity, and it is hard to get back.
Except for the Philadelphia Eagles, which are advancing to become a dynasty and throwing their
Well, it could
parity
happen.
aside.
Well, except my family calls me sad dad. If I start going to down, there he goes, sad dad. But I'm going to pull out a sad dad right now.
There you
You
go.
realize? I mean, they're going to lose guys for next year. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying. So when we're talking about a dynasty, if they could possibly win it this year and repeat next year, it would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because whether guys retire, whether guys move on via free agency, I don't think they might be able to keep both coordinators. Stoutland just signed as we speak.
I heard that.
Jeff
That's
Stoutland
amazing.
just signed. He
Well,
might be making more than Sirianni.
That's a testament to the
organization.
organization.
Gannon said he's not going anywhere. Did you hear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you see, you read
I hope
up.
he doesn't.
You could flash an. Oh, did he re-up?
Yeah, he re-upped today.
No, Stoutland.
Jeff Stoutland.
Not Gannon.
Yeah, not Jonathan Gannon or Shane Steichen.
Although Gannon, obviously, I mean, everyone has seen this at this point. You know, he's shouting out to fans, talking about
that was
gutting
incredible.
the other team. I mean,
Yeah.
his approval ratings went up very quickly after that. So now we want to give him an extension.
I mean, the balls it takes to do that when he knew the guy had a
Seriously.
camera pointed at him. Like,
Well, first of all, to actually know who he is on site, that's
right,
good.
that's pretty cool.
On Broad
Yeah.
Street, going past Xfinity
Damn
Live.
I
could have been
think-
any random Eagles fan.
Michael, you know what?
Exactly.
Now that I'm thinking about this, I
Yes.
think maybe, you know, you're rolling in,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you see some fans, you roll down that window, you shout some sort of expletive-laden thing. Look what it did for Gannon.
Go
You know what I
viral,
mean?
baby.
I'm just saying.
Go
You can throw it
viral.
out on your TikTok.
Go viral. Hey, isn't that former NBC guy, Michael Barkann? yeah, I think it is. Actually, you know what?
Anything goes now, Michael.
Anything. Well, you know what happened on the way in Sunday. I jumped the line. Everyone told me there was major traffic, as you might imagine, and I came.
Traffic. Don't start me on the traffic patterns.
Yeah, it's terrible.
ridiculous.
But I came over. I come from Delaware County, so I'm 95 north. I took the Platte Bridge. Traffic said the Girard Point was packed, and even the Platte was getting heavy. I took the Platte. I went through the Navy Yard. I came up on Broad Street, and I made that right to go underneath 95 and around to
Yeah.
get into the entrance right across from the link. Everything was cool until I got right to that where I make the right underneath 95 to go around, and it was just locked up, which apparently normally it's not. So I crawl along, and I see there's a little gap. There's a car blocking the entrance. I can get in the entrance, so there's no oncoming traffic, but there's a police car in front of me about to go through to get to the link. And so I'm like, what's he going to do? So I cut the line. I go right in. I'm driving to the toll booth to get in. I hear, beep!
Get outta here.
Yeah. And they get out of the car. Why'd you blow? Oh, hi, Michael. How are you? And my wife hates
They should
that.
give you like the
There you go.
Barkann
Yeah,
siren.
yeah.
Like, I got to get in.
Yeah. If you're a police officer watching this, I love the police, so please don't lay it on me next time.
I have some interesting stories
Go
about
ahead.
that back in the. No, I'm not going to get into them right now. One of them involves Butch Iannico.
Yeah, Butch Bianico. Yeah.
who is just a legend of all time.
He sure is.
So, Michael,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that was you pulled the card to get in.
Yeah.
And do you ever get any other sort of special treatment around the town? People are buying you drinks, you know what I mean? Like nothing.
No.
You don't get nothing?
I don't.
Get
I
out
don't.
of here.
Shit.
I'd buy you a drink if I seen you
Fink,
out.
thank you very much.
Fink, would you get him a hoagie?
Absolutely.
Hey,
I'm gonna.
Did you
love
know?
that.
Okay, did you know?
Yeah.
This guy right here, his family owns a very prestigious hoagie shop, Fink's
Tacony.
Hoagies, in Tacony, that was just named. Fink, clarify here.
One of the 25 essential hoagie shops in the city.
Essential.
Bravo.
Philadelphia.
Essential.
Bravo.
I'm there. Here's the key. And I'm sure they do this, but if they don't say, they do it anyway. Do they slice per sandwich, or do they already have it pre-sliced?
Per sandwich, like you
There
said.
we go. That's the only way to do it, because I like it shredded.
Hey, Fink,
Shredded.
Fink always criticizes Wawa because you never see a slicer.
They don't have slicers in the store. Like, come on.
Yeah, where does that get sliced?
Who knows?
No, they have a special, it's special meat. It's already sliced and combined. You know what I mean? It comes with the cheese on it and everything, all the fixins.
Unbelievable. All
Yeah.
right, we got to ask. I think this is the question, and you probably answered this before, but I just want to put it on the record for
You really
everybody.
keep his show running, by the way.
Yeah, well, you got
I'll
it.
He's
tell you
good,
what,
man.
He's good, man. It moves.
Well,
it moves.
I don't know.
No
Yeah,
waste
he must
of
be a
time.
Penn Charter kid. Fight harder, Penn Charter,
Hey,
Penn Charter.
when I was young, I was watching you. I was sitting in the studio
Please.
watching
I
you.
learned it from watching you, Barkann.
I learned it from watching you.
I remember your dad would have a dinner after every football season at the residence, whether it was in East Falls or whether it was in Harrisburg. You'd be sitting there at the table. Can I leave now?
Yeah, right. Little chubby.
Can I leave now?
Nothing worse than getting dragged.
Barkann, that's wrong. Little chubby Jesse was
No, I
there
didn't say that. I
to
just thought
take
you
in
were- you were
all of
handsome.
the benefits.
You were
of,
handsome.
All right, maybe that was
on.
that was later. My
Maybe
chubby
you're thinking
phase.
of the wrong kid.
My chubby phase was like
If you
early
squint, I
'90s,
mean-
so that was probably before.
Early night? No, this is later. This
before
is
we knew
later
each
than
other.
that. This
Okay,
is
but
later
no,
than that.
I wanna like dig into the stuff that people really care about here. So we
People-
gotta
what do
understand.
people care about?
They care
People,
about
people.
what they want to know. What's the deal with the blue glasses?
What's the deal?
Okay, now you did you wear glasses before the blue glasses? Then you went to the blue
I did.
glasses.
I did. And again, I invoke my father-in-law. I don't know if he's watching, but I'll get him to watch the replay if he's not. And I had glasses. I needed new glasses. The glasses that I had were rimless, and he said, "They make you look old." I said, "No, they don't. They make it look like that's as close as you can come to wearing no glasses and still wear glasses." And he said, "Yeah, but they make you." And at that time, I was in my 50s, and I was like,
I thought you were in your 40s.
Well, yeah, it was a time warp, Meech. It was a time warp, and so I've been wearing these things for years. He said, "I think you need some kind of funky glasses that'll make you look younger." So I went into it's right down here in Manayunk. What? Eyeglass Works. And yeah, do you ever been to you don't need glasses. You guys
I
have
got 20/20 vision.
Perfect vision.
Wow.
I do too. This close. It's 20/20. But I went to Eyeglass Works and I saw my friends Jack and Jane at Eyeglass Works, and Jack is wearing these glasses, and I said, "I need some new glasses." I said, "Apparently the ones I'm wearing are boring," and he brought out a whole.
I got just the thing for you.
No, I'm trying to.
You said, "Jack, just give me your friggin' glasses."
Right. So I look at his and I said, "How
happened?
about those?" He said, "You can't handle these. You can't handle the glasses. We use words like code, honor." No, so he said I couldn't handle them. And Ellen's waiting out in the car because it's Manayunk, and I didn't want to get a ticket. And I
you're going to get
out.
tonight.
I'm like, "Dear, what do you think of these?" He said, "Great, just go." Get in the car. And so I got them. And then I originally got them not to wear on the air. But they're kind of like, they're like a work of art. They really are made in Belgium. They stop a bullet. If I needed to get shot in the eye,
right.
I could do it. You know what I mean? I could. Don't do it, Dan. Okay. And
or just move it to wherever the bullet's going to hit you.
Exactly right. Hold it.
Yeah.
I'm at a firing squad.
Hold on.
Hang on. Let me just put my glasses away. Right over my heart.
Oh my God!
Where did we go? Where are we going with
It doesn't
this?
matter.
It's crazy.
You don't have to go anywhere.
How about next week? Can I be here next week?
All right.
Yeah.
Let's not go.
I think you got obligations.
Well,
I do.
You can get on a Zoom with him and join us live from Arizona.
Yeah. Are you doing it from Arizona?
I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna try to figure it out. I haven't come up with a game plan yet. I might.
That's a yes.
I'm thinking about rolling through the Fans of Philly tailgate party.
Yeah.
It's one of the fine sponsors of the show, and we're gonna get to them in a minute.
Fans of Philly tailgate?
Fans of Philly, yeah, they're throwing down a tailgate.
How'd you get all these sponsors?
Let's just get to it now.
Michael, we try
pretty
much just
you
beg
are
people.
like you're unbeliable.
But you know what? If you know anybody, by the way, this is not.
Do
We're
Do you want
never-
a sponsor?
Wait, by the way, the guy with the glasses.
I think we just got a new sponsor, the Eyeglass Hut or whatever down the street. Yeah.
Eyeglass Works. Go see Jack and Jane.
There you go.
They don't just have these ugly glasses. They have other
Right.
amazing glasses.
Now,
But I
Michael,
love these glasses.
you're not going to be able to partake here in this because this is before the game. You got your work to do. But a lot of the fine people of Philadelphia are going to be heading to the Fans of Philly trip to Arizona tailgate. All right, I heard Brent Selleck is going to be there, so it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to try to get in there and see if I can, virtually join these guys who. They don't know this yet, but they're gonna be somewhere doing something, and I'm gonna make them do it, whether they want to or not.
Oh man,
We're just gonna hang up on him, and me and Fink.
Tom is gonna run it. Tom's gonna run it. We gotta keep this thing going,
the
guys.
Fake and Meech show.
Listen, we gotta ride the wave of the freaking Eagles. Anyway, Fans of Philly, trip to Arizona is gonna be amazing. If you are going out to Super Bowl, you don't have a plan for a tailgate. I don't know if they have any ticket and hotel packages left, but at a minimum, I think this is like a 4-hour tailgate with all the fixins, okay? And it's centrally located. So if you get a chance, head over there.
Also,
I'm
I just wanted to, not to interrupt you here.
You're good, bud.
Fine broadcast. But if you're going to Arizona and you have an extra plane ticket, a place to stay, and an extra game ticket, I'm your man.
There you go.
It's free. I won't charge a thing. I'll just come hang with you. I might even buy you some food and beer along the
Creamed
way.
herring.
Up to $100.
Creamed herring, I'll buy you.
Amazing.
Herring.
Wait, so
I'm your guy.
Can I plug a party?
Yeah, man.
Because we have a family charity. It's called the Barkann Family Healing Hearts Foundation, and we provide money and gift cards and anything people are going through, like a life trauma, anything they might need, and in essence, healing hearts. And so
we have Good Heart, Healing Hearts.
Exactly. So we are having a party out in Arizona.
We're all about heart health.
A lot of heart. It's important, very important, the heart health. So we're having a party out in Arizona in Scottsdale on Friday. I don't know the time. But you go to the BarkannFoundation.org. Barkann Foundation. You're in. Are you kidding me?
I got an invite?
Yeah, you got an invite.
Jesse's
You know what made me think about it?
What?
Brent Selleck's going to be there.
Brent Selleck is
He's
gonna be
everywhere out
active.
there.
Busy
Eric
man,
Allen.
busy
Eric Allen's
man.
going to be
Eric
there.
Allen,
Mark
okay.
McMillan's going to be there.
Great. Okay.
Who else? Harold Carter. No, Harold's not
Look
going
at all
to
the
be
Jesse
guests we're getting
Rendell
for our
is gonna be there.
podcast. Jesse.
going to be there. And I'll be there. So, and Mike Barnes is going to be there.
Where is it?
It's at it's called like the Philadelphia. I'll get the name.
Okay.
Fink, can you get it?
We got
He's
you.
going
I'm
to get
on
it, man.
Google it. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Most importantly, if somebody's watching the Fine program and they're going out to Arizona and they want to get involved with that, can you like buy a ticket open
Yeah.
to the public, right? You're trying to raise money,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So anybody
yeah,
can go.
Yeah, and it all.
Is there a website that people
There
check
is
out?
BarkannFoundation.org.
It's going to be
I
at
bet the information's there.
the Rock Bar
The Rock Bar.
in Scottsdale.
in Old Town Scottsdale.
What
The
time?
Rock
do you know?
Bar.
What time?
Old Town Scottsdale.
Between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. on Friday,
Oh,
February
that's
10th.
perfect.
Oh, that's awesome.
2-hour open bar
that's beautiful.
package,
I can
house
still make it to
cocktail,
the
Wait,
beer,
2-hour
wine,
open
soda.
bar?
Wait,
I don't mess around.
That's a problem though because I'm going to some Don Julio party that night.
We'll have Don Julio there.
3 to 5 open bar. That is an early start for me, Michael. But when in Rome, you got to do what you
I
got
don't
to
think it's an
do.
early start for you. I think it's
I
right
can,
about
you know,
3 o'clock.
so
You
hold
get
on.
it going.
We got Goodhart here with his Goodhart.
Yeah.
He will match donations to Barkann's Foundation up to $1,000 from the chat.
Are you
at that.
serious?
Look at that.
Thank you,
That's
Mr.
good
Okay,
Goodhart.
hold on. That's a challenge.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
That's a
Thank you.
challenge.
I'm donating right after the show's over.
That's
just
a-
so
okay.
Goodhart
Thank
can
you.
match it.
Wait, so he's saying people in the chat have to donate and then he'll match it. Is that what he's saying? I only see Roger Rock
can't
Matthews
even-
in the
I
chat.
can't even read that.
Rock, how much are you going to donate? All right, I'm not going to get lost in the chat. I'm not going to get lost in the chat. Okay, so what are the logistics, though, for you of going out to the Super Bowl?
Going out Wednesday.
You're going out
Going
Wednesday.
Thursday, we got Birds Huddle and Mission 57.
Boom.
2 separate programs. Friday, the same.
Wait, hold on. Let me stop
Yeah.
you. Are you doing it
At
is it-
Glendale, at the stadium.
Okay,
At the
that's
stadium.
not something people can go to, or
Oh, no, because
Okay.
we're in a compound.
Got it.
And it's a beautiful view of the stadium,
Okay.
of State Farm Stadium.
Okay.
It'll really be awesome.
Cool.
And temperatures, by the way, if you're going out there or thinking about going out there, it's supposed to be in the upper 60s, which is nice.
That's,
It's
I
not
mean, I was hoping
76.
for a little
Cool
more
weather.
weather. I'm not gonna lie
Yeah,
to you.
but what are you going to do?
I'm not playing any golf
You're
or
gonna
anything.
lay out?
So, I mean, you know,
I mean, come on.
Little
if no
hotel
one's
pool
around,
action.
you know,
I didn't say hang out. I said lay out. Come on.
you're funny. Okay, so you got Birds Huddle, and then when does it get real? Right, we're going into Saturday.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what's the plan?
Saturday we're having a party.
Another
NBC
party?
Sports Philadelphia, and I don't know where that is. Fink.
I'm on it.
Think, find out.
With,
This is Barkann in the church. Susan Barkann.
oh,
Is she in the chat?
that's my sister. That's
Susan
I'm
Barkann
on it too. We
says
got
she needs
Finks
Finks.
hoagies for Susan coming.
She's going to get a Fink's hoagie tray
She's in
delivered.
Bala Kinwood. Bow.
Okay,
She's
okay.
in Bow. Although she says it, Bala.
Bala.
Bala Kinwood. That's quite right.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Anyway,
Saturday start to ramp things up a little bit.
Yeah.
You got the NBC Sports Party.
Right.
Is that tied into the national party, or is that a separate Philly?
it's separate Philly party.
Oh,
We had that in
interesting.
Minnesota too, at Jack's Poorhouse
Okay.
in Minneapolis, and it was insane.
Okay.
It really was.
It's
So
the
it'll be
place to
something.
be.
Yeah, it's a place to be. We'll be
It's a
in
little
touch. We'll be in-
superstitious doing it again. I like whatever you did in 2017, 18. Do the same thing
Yeah,
these 2
exactly.
weeks. Do the same exact thing.
You know what?
I
We're not-
watched the 2017 championship game at a certain bar. We went to.
You going
Yeah.
back?
No, we went for the championship game. We reserved the same tables. We all sat there for
the
the 49ers
NFC
game.
And it worked.
And we had all the same people there almost. It was like
And
one or
see?
2 people missing.
Everything went
what
according
did you
to
do
plan.
for the Super Bowl then?
We went to my buddy Mike's house. So,
So
Mike,
are you going to Mike's house?
gonna see you. And,
Mike
on
is
Sunday.
not approved of this.
But I think that's
Mike
great.
doesn't know he's having a party
I
yet,
think
but
that's
he is
great.
now.
Like, as great as it is to be there, and by the way, it's another game I'm not going to. I'm probably going to watch the game in the compound. And I
Yeah,
did, the only
can't.
game I saw was the second half of Minneapolis. That was I didn't
they
see the
moved
first
you
half.
in.
After NBC finished using the studio at halftime, then they moved us in,
Damn.
and so we went in there. But that was unbelievable. And by the way, I just wanted to
Unbelievable.
describe this, and I'm going to be unable to do it to the ability that I wish. Like, you guys will be able to do it better. But when the clock hit 0, and the realization that we were champions, like we were going to have a parade here, And the one sport, and we love the Phillies, Sixers, and Flyers. I get that.
Yeah, but you
the one
needed an
sport
Eagles
that
Super
kind of,
Bowl.
come on,
Right.
that's the
Yeah,
umbrella
needed
over
one.
all the others. As much as we love the other ones, man, this is the one we wanted. And to realize, like, there were no more games left to play. There were no
was
more
it.
opponents.
Coolest moment.
And to see everybody rejoicing, and there were obviously a good number of Eagles fans in the stands, and then to see what was going on at home here, oh my
So-
God, I can't even describe it.
Interesting anecdote about that.
Jesse Rendell.
Call it to Jesse. That week, kind of like where we are now in the 2 weeks, I had 2 tickets in my hand that had come across from a friend of a friend, dad's friend, not my friend. And I'm looking at them, and, they're face value tickets, so it's probably like $1,600. Yeah, Meech, get that donut. Meech has broken the seal on the donuts, and we love it. Okay, so I'm looking at these tickets. They're in my hand, and I just was like, okay, me in Minnesota, and I thought about both outcomes, because I remember being in Jacksonville. Like I said, I wanted to get the hell out of there, and I was like,
Same here.
I was like, if they were to lose again in Minnesota, I don't think I could handle that, being there. And if they win, that would be cool, but there would be nothing like being here to feel it. And so I passed. I stayed home. And when that ball hit the ground, I grabbed a couple of my friends, literally crying. I'm going to admit, crying. It was like the best thing. It was just fantastic.
You were in your 40s?
And then you were 40s. Jeez, I don't remember how old I was now. Anyway, but then I immediately started yelling at everyone. I said, "Get together! We are going!" And we were on Fairmount Avenue, 5 blocks from Broad Street. And I remember, I was very inebriated. I'm gonna be honest. I was yelling at everyone, "Let's get," like trying to get everyone together. And we marched, and in that experience of being with everybody was something that I just could never, ever replicate.
Yeah.
And the only regret I have about not going to the game was that was one of the most unreal football games. Like, watching that in the building, as high octane as that game was, must have been amazing. Although I will say, there were so
unreal.
many...
It was the highest anxiety game that I've ever watched. Like, Eagles aside, it's like watching what was that Uncut Gems movie? It was pretty much the same feeling as watching that.
I didn't see that. Is
Uncut
that
Gems?
just me? Is
Yeah.
it
I
good?
didn't see it either.
It's okay.
But you laughed. That was nice.
I saw Cut Gem.
It's very anxiety inducing. I'll put it that way. I didn't
No, but-
enjoy watching it.
But here's the thing about it, though. That game was the epitome, though, of the kind of need to watch this game on TV game. The Clement touchdown. There were so many
amazing.
plays in that game.
And I love
if you were
Sterling.
at the game, you must have been like,
Yeah, what's going on here?
It was crazy. Yeah.
that was wild.
It was amazing. And in fact, when we got home, we all went to my in-laws' house, and we got hoagies, not from Fink's, but I would have. and we all watched the thing. We played it in full with the commercials and everything, as if we were watching it for the first time, even though we had seen it, just to get that
Well,
experience.
you can.
It was so
you
great.
can replicate that again this year, except this time with Fink's hoagies.
I'm in. Absolutely.
Hey, I'll be there. I'll
Fink,
deliver them.
let's make it our goal coming out of this to get Fink's hoagies to the Barkann family.
Please.
Because these hoagies
I'll deliver them
are
myself. I'll
essential.
deliver them
Yeah,
myself.
you got to send some Fink's hoagies out to the Super Bowl just to get that. He's got to bring
Yeah,
them
can
in
we
his
do that?
carry-on.
That'd be
Hey,
unbelievable.
I'm in. Let's find
Get
a
some
way to
little
do it.
donuts out there.
You have a way to overnight or same day air? Fink's hoagies?
I also
He's our same
found
day.
the.
That's right.
A backpack.
I'm
taking
Take
it out
with you.
there.
Hey,
I
brought
found the
the
NBC party. It's going to be at Philly Sports Bar and Grill,
That's it. Where is it? Is that also Scottsdale?
1826 North Scottsdale Road, Tempe, Arizona.
Well, hold
Tempe.
on.
Oh,
Wait,
February
Michael,
11th.
Right.
You're giving out all the information. I don't know how this
What
works.
do you mean?
You probably got to be on a list or something. You can't just show up.
Just show
No,
up.
no, no,
Tell him Michael Barkann.
Promo
said,
code City
I
Pigeons.
think, yeah.
Just tell the
City
bouncer,
Pigeons
I'm with the City
podcast.
Pigeons. They'll
I
be like,
think
all
I
right.
think you can get in. I don't think
It says Eagles giveaway, photo opportunity, special
Yeah.
guests.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
it's like a public thing.
There's a
What
lot.
time?
There have a
What
lot.
time?
3 to 7
I won't
Mountain
be there.
Time, 5 to 9 here.
Mountain
You
Time.
can watch.
Oh, you go. Oh, right. We can watch. That might mean I'm
Question
on the
for you.
air at that point.
Phoenix.
Yes.
Is Phoenix one of these places like Vegas that
Yes.
vacillates between Mountain and Pacific time? Or
No,
is
it
it always
doesn't.
Mountain?
It's always Mountain.
They have
So right
no
now they're
daylight
2
savings
hours.
time.
Right, they're 2 hours behind. And then when we go to daylight
Because I
savings,
was like,
they're 3 hours.
This is great. When the game is over, I'm already planning for us to win.
Right.
It would be what? 10 o'clock here, right? It's probably a 4-hour game.
Right.
10
So it's
o'clock
8
here.
o'clock out
I was
there.
like, it's going to be 7 o'clock. We got the whole rest of the
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
So now it's going to be 8 o'clock. I got
But still, you have a lot of the night. Plenty of time. When are you returning
I'm
here?
flying out 9 o'clock the next morning.
9:45?
I don't think so.
Delta?
No.
Okay.
No Delta.
I'm not either. You know
Frontier?
what? Yeah. No, I'm going. Here's how I'm going. Ready? I'm going. It's a really fast flight. It goes Phoenix to Dallas Fort Worth to Kansas City to Pittsburgh,
You're lying.
Atlanta, and then I go to Philadelphia.
You're lying.
Is this on the way home?
This is on the way. It's only going to take me 15
That's great
hours.
because you could stop in Kansas City and go,
But I'm going
just
to
laugh at
Kansas
every
City.
one of them and then get back on the plane. It'll be
Kansas City.
perfect.
Okay.
Leave the airport, laugh at everyone
No, I'm
with,
going-
Okay.
with an Eagles hat.
Oh, you got another topic. Here it comes.
We forgot something.
You do this once a week?
Yeah.
More than that? You ever have
Well,
let's break in live with a live City Pigeons? You ever do that?
No.
Come on,
Emergency
Meech.
podcast.
Here's the City Pigeons bat signal. Right?
There's still too much coordination. If I was
There is?
sitting in my basement, you know what I mean, it'd be a little bit easier.
We've
but-
never done like a Zoom one, which
Yeah.
would probably, we could whip together, just all sit in front
Right.
of your computer.
Mike Bishop says Barkann needs a new travel agent.
I know. You're right. You're right.
You ain't lying, Mike
I'm gonna
Bishop.
get in. No, it's more direct than that.
You
It's
ain't
more
lying.
direct. Not
No,
much more.
I
but it is.
forgot that we didn't do something that we have to do, and I want to get Michael's take on this anyway. So as part of our fans of Philly sponsorship, we actually have a curated segment. You've heard of this before, where you do a segment.
We're
You
big
just-
into curated segments.
And we
yeah.
came up with something super creative. It's the fan of the week with a PH.
Get
Yes,
out.
yeah.
Why
My
did you think of that?
Good word. Yeah,
Our
Wizard
first choice was
came up.
Weasel of the Week, but
Right.
we heard that was
Yes.
taken.
Yes, well,
Winner.
it's currently taken.
Yeah.
It's going to be not taken in about a week.
Until he's like, well, they could be good again next year, so I'm going to stick around. Okay, so this is my nomination, which did pass through the committee
Yeah, this is like
for the fan of
It's
the
like
week.
a very
Okay.
strict
Now,
voting committee. There's
Michael.
like 70 members, and we have to nominate someone,
Selecting
and
the
it all
fan of the
passes.
week is a very judicious
You're
process.
right.
This
understand.
resonated with
Not
me.
anyone could be fan of the
Hold
week.
on. This resonated with me for a particular reason because, Michael, I'm an avid surfer, right?
Yes, I
So
do.
I like the create the dexterity here. Okay. Now this gentleman is crowd surfing. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a door.
Piece of poster board.
And he's got like a Nerf bow and arrow. And what we later learned, Fink,
Jello
let's go to
shots.
Fink. Fink, can you provide some commentary on what's going on here?
He is just shooting out Jello shots to the whole crowd
Is that
on
what he's
Broad
doing?
Street. He has Jello shots with his bow and
Look,
arrow.
he's got a fanny pack full of Jello shots, and he is.
And his
shooting
name
the
on
Jell-O
TikTok
shots.
is Jello
You know,
Man Philly.
And I just love the spirit of this because he said to his
Is there a
buddies,
better way to build your brand as the Jello shot man than
Okay.
the crowd
Fink,
surf
what's his
after the
name on
NFC
TikTok?
Championship game?
Jello
Shooting
Man
Jello
Philly.
shots.
Michael, I know you're
Out of
big
a
into
bow and arrow?
TikTok. Jello Man Philly. If you're
Jello
not-
Man Philly.
if you're not
I'm on
following
it.
him.
I'm following him now.
Yeah, you are.
Are you kidding me? Jello Man Philly. But guess
Jello.
what? I want you to close your eyes and imagine on that crowd surfboard, Jason Kelsey,
Oh,
who will be
yeah.
there 1 week from
We
Thursday.
need a couple extra people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
Right, but that's fine.
By the
I mean,
way, what is he going to do? Let's just assume, we could talk about it. The Eagles win the Super Bowl. We have a parade. What's he going to do to top the He's got to do something.
No, you can't top
He's
it.
either got to
What are you
wear
gonna
the
say? He's gonna
same
wear
outfit
plain
again.
clothes? No way.
You can't. He's
You
got
wanna
to
bet?
top it.
What is, let's set a
Yeah.
line on this.
Eagles Man Thong.
Here's
Eagles
a
man thong. Come on,
here's a
Fink.
bet before we get to the Super Bowl that I'm going to take.
Okay.
It was like plus 1,800 the last time I saw. Any offensive lineman to score a touchdown
Yeah.
during the game.
Okay.
I really think either Mulata or maybe even Kelsey. I think because of the brother thing, they might try and get one
That
of
is
these
very
guys
Nick to do that.
a touchdown. And I think it's
Like a Philly thing?
like a Philly
special?
special. Yeah, you get down because you get down to the
I hate
1 yard
it.
line. They're all expecting the quarterback sneak. It's coming.
Yeah, but how are you going to get Jason Kelsey open?
Ah,
He's the
it's-
center.
it-
It'd be one thing if it was Myalata, but you're talking specifically.
Listen,
Kelsey.
I don't
Guy's got a
know.
point.
I don't know. That's not my job to draw up these trick plays. But it might. I think the handoff to Myalata would be the funniest
No,
thing.
you
That
know-
would be
you know what
like
happens?
that would be like Refrigerator Perry in the '85 Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
You know how they did the Gainwell, the fake with Gainwell? So
beautiful.
they're going to do the same thing, and everyone's going to be in like a pile. They're going to pitch it to Gainwell, and then Gainwell's going to put the brakes on. Kelsey's going to stand up out of the pile, take a couple steps, throw back, boom, done. What do you think?
Statue
Philly,
of
Philly?
Liberty.
You wanna
Good
do it?
work. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Okay,
Philly,
let's
Philly.
do it.
And everybody takes a knee and they'll draw it in the dirt.
Yeah.
I think, which will be great. By the way, that field sits outside all week. You know how that works with that field?
It goes in and
it
out,
Yeah,
right?
it goes in and out. And
'Cause it's grass.
It's grass. It's natural
That's pretty
grass. And I think the only time they have any kind of event when it's still out is like if it's motocross or something like that. Otherwise, it stays outside, they water it, stays in the sun, and then it slides in for the game. Is that cool?
How
or
about
what?
that?
I think that's awesome.
That's like one
that
of
was
those.
probably pretty cheap.
I saw one of those videos. A soccer team, one of those England soccer teams, has that where the turf goes into. I don't want to waste time on it, but it's
the
an
same thing.
intricate. It's a little more intricate than this. But
Infinite resources these teams have these days.
They sure do.
unreal.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Another funny stat I saw this week. Both Kansas City and the Eagles have beat Arizona this year in Arizona, and Arizona only has one home win. So whoever wins this game will have more wins in Arizona Stadium than the Arizona Cardinals will have. How's that?
Really?
Yep.
That's a great
Whoever
stat.
wins is going to have more
I feel
wins
like
in that
using that
stadium
stat Monday.
this season
There you go. Hey, can you credit
than
Meech
the
for
home
that?
team.
Mike Meech.
Shout out
Credit
to
Mike
Meech.
Meech. No, I
Done.
seen it on Twitter somewhere. It's not my.
No, he didn't. He came up with that himself.
I
Credit
mean, it
Mike
was me.
Meech.
It was all me.
How did you guys meet, by the way?
Oh, okay. Well,
Tell everybody how you guys, because I don't
All
think
right.
you do this enough. One, City Pigeons Podcast, the name.
yeah.
I don't think you tell that
You know,
enough.
I don't
This
think
is-
I've.
This is Jesse's brainchild.
All right,
I know.
hold up.
I know.
He's been
No,
taking
you told
the
me.
remains.
I know.
Okay, yeah.
I've long since forgotten.
All right. So this whole thing evolved over a very long period of time where I was thinking about a lot of these things. But the truth is, I hit Meech up, I think in 2014. I was like, okay, we both had, our families had shore houses in Ocean City. And there was a playground that we used to go to play basketball. And then later to, like smoke cigarettes and drink beers in Ocean City, which is really surprising. Shoot dice. And Meech was there, and he was just the honestly the coolest guy, man. He just knew the roots and everything about Philly, and he just had the swag. And I was like, I love that guy. I'm down with him. And so we were friends then. And then we didn't see each other for years. And I was on Twitter, and I'm like, this Meech one person. Like, I think this might be his last name's Malichi. We called him Malichi. He wasn't Meech.
Stop talking about my regular name.
Yeah, he wasn't Meech back then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I hit him up. I was like, yo, we got to catch up.
Go ahead.
I hit him up, and
Yeah.
we didn't catch up. And then it just so funny. I was thinking about doing this, and I was like, Meech is the guy. Like, I know he's the guy because I know him. I know what he's like. He's still that guy. I know he is. And so I called him up. I'm like, hey, we haven't like hung out in like 15 years, but I want to do this podcast. And he's like, what are you trying to do with this thing? And so we hung out. Anyway, point is, here we are.
A lot of coaxing. I wasn't into it.
Yeah.
I'm not a podcast guy. I don't listen to podcasts. I don't know anything about podcasts.
And if
You know
nothing-
what? I'm the same exact way, and I've tried. Like I've listened. What's the one?
New Heights?
No, the sports one. It's the biggest podcast aside from yours. It's the biggest podcast in the
Pat
country.
McAfee?
No, not his is popular. No, it's Pardon My Take.
Oh, okay.
Pardon my take. And I started to listen to that, and it's fine. It's good, and the
Who
whole
has
bit.
the time, Michael?
Yeah,
Who has the
exactly.
time?
And people say, no, I listen to it on the way to work. And then I said, well, what if it's an hour? Well, then I listen to half of it on the way in and half on. I'm like,
Or
yeah,
they
but
listen to it in double time. Like
Yeah,
people
I do that
listen
too.
to
That's
podcasts.
crazy.
It's
time and a half, not double
Yeah.
time. Time and
Time and a
double
half.
time's
Double
too
time's
fast.
trying pretty hard.
I keep backing
Starts
it up.
sounding like
when
the
it's-
chipmunks.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Michael, this whole thing is a bit of a charade to get me the opportunity to do things around sports and have fun and plan these zany tailgates and all
Yeah,
this
the
stuff.
tailgates. I saw the
Yeah,
tailgates.
and like so far so good. You know what I mean? I just keep going on this
I hear
thing.
you.
No,
I
but
hear you.
real quick, I don't
Okay,
think I've.
so then had Fink get involved.
Okay,
and then
Fink-
Rock, who's not here.
Well, Rock. You
guys went to-
we went to high
charter
school
together.
together, and he is this like quiet but funny guy, and I just had a feeling he'd be a great
Got
sidekick for this. So it started as me, Rock, and Meech getting together, and then Fink actually and Tom, our buddy over here, were on one of our early episodes.
Yeah,
and
time for Federal Donuts.
Fink, we invented the Fink tank, and it just felt good. And
And they haven't let me leave
Yeah.
since.
There, and I got put back here.
Yeah, that's
well,
right.
that's going to change
yeah.
next week because I'm on the scene now. Don't worry, John.
That's right. No, Tom.
Pretty much Fink lives near me, and I was like, Jesse, just put him on the show because I need a ride down to the podcast every week.
It's a nice carpool every week. I mean, it's nice.
Fantastic.
We have a nice time.
Fink brings a different angle to this. He's a little younger, you know what I mean? And,
Not in my
We bring
40s.
some
Not in my
Northeast
40s.
Philly to the
Yeah,
podcast.
we needed double the
Yeah.
Northeast Philly. I don't know why.
Who drew the logo?
Okay, so this is interesting, and this actually my cousin posted about it this week. My cousin, shout out Jeff Smack.
Real name?
Yeah, Jeff Smack.
Okay.
In fact,
Just wanted to
interesting
make
story.
sure.
So
Pretty
Smack
cool
Talk.
name.
listen to this real quick. Jeff Smack, my cousin, drew this logo.
I love it.
I reached out to him, and this goes back to the whole idea with City Pigeons. I was like, look, we're kind of like a historically morose group of people, kind of one by one, walking off a cliff, but loving it. And that's where kind of the idea of City Pigeons came to fruition. But we went back and forth a bunch of times, and it's like, I want them to look like, like stunned and dazed and like dead inside, you know what I mean? So we went through it, and then he he absolutely nailed it, and I don't think it will ever change.
And then ever since then, everything's been happy. So we have no.
Yeah, I don't know what.
No need for
I don't know
it.
what to do with
Yeah.
that. But interesting, Jeff's nephew, who is also my cousin, is a kicker at Florida for the Florida Gators. He was one of the top-ranked kickers in the country.
Really?
Yeah, he just went down there last year. He's a kicker down there, and that's notable because like the guy from the Bengals, McPherson,
Yeah.
Florida. There's like at least 4 or 5 Florida kickers
no.
that are in the NFL.
Temple guys.
If you had to do it all over again, wouldn't you be a kicker?
You know,
Make a lot of money?
you know what? Good at that either.
Please.
I used to, when I was younger, I had no kids, and I was at a job at an insurance company.
That would have been weird if you had kids when you were younger.
No, I did. I
Hey,
had
I'm
one
12!
when I was 19.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, it was only like a year later when I had a kid.
Michael, I want you to try to guess
Yeah.
how many kids he has. That's kind of a leading question, but just guess.
Okay. 1.
5.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
didn't bat an eyelash.
It's great. I got 5 boys.
5 boys.
Yeah,
Full
got a,
team.
Got a basketball squad.
Wow. So
So,
what was the
so
thought
anyway,
behind
when
it?
Which got
I
sick
was
and couldn't play the
younger,
ball
as
I
challenge.
used to tell people at my work I was going to have 5 boys, and the last one I was going to name Kicker, and I was just going to make him kick for his entire life. And I ended up somebody from my old job actually reminded me of this because I forgot all about it. And they were like, "You have 5 kids. Did you name your last one Kicker?" I was like, "No, I forgot all about it." But now that you remind me, I still got time to
So how is punter?
punch. You want to hear about
I named
Puncher?
him Puncher.
Listen to this. I can't believe you brought this up, and I don't know why I'm telling this story on here, but it happened today. I have I had 3 boys, and then me and my wife went for a girl, and she had twins, and it's two more boys.
Wow. Okay. Now
So
I
now-
get it. Now you get it.
So
Don't you get it?
the one that would have been Puncher because
Yeah.
if the last one was Kicker, that
Yeah.
was my kid Vinny.
Right.
He was the second of the 2 twins. They're identical twins. So I get a note home from the teacher today at school. We have to have a meeting next Friday with the teachers because of Frankie's behavior, and the note said. Frankie thought Vinny was taking too long in the bathroom, so he opened the stall and punched him in the face. It was like the
While he was going?
while he's in the I don't think he was actually going. He was just
You
messing
don't
around
know,
the
though.
stall.
I mean, we'll
but
find out.
he opened up the stall and punched him in the face. My 2 6-year-olds who were in kindergarten were in the principal's office. I mean, it's classic stuff. I read the note and I couldn't even get mad at the kids. That's a funny thing to do. He's taking too long in the bathroom, so you open up the stall and punch him in the face. Well, shout out Frankie and Vinny.
Shout out Frankie and Vinny.
They're going to cause me so many headaches, but I love it.
Vinny's
I
like,
swear to God.
he needs to see a rhinoplastic
Yeah,
surgeon.
he will.
Boom. Right
That's
in the
not
face.
the first time he got punched in the face from Frankie.
But they're
so I
close.
got puncher and kicker.
But they're close, though.
Yeah, real close.
Come on.
And listen,
They're
they
identical
forgave
twins.
each other.
Yeah.
In the principal's office, they forgave each other.
They did. That's nice. Yeah.
I mean, we could tell
You
these
could
Meech family
end there,
stories
right?
forever.
Let's go.
But I want to find out one thing. We know
Yeah.
where you're going to be. We know where I'm going to be. We talked a little bit about your guys' approach, I think, to the last game, but I don't know if we talked about it for this week. How does this work in terms, do you already have a plan in place?
I don't.
You don't.
I kind of want to watch it with my family,
Right.
but I get very nervous, anxious, and emotional to where I don't know if I want them to see me like that.
Right.
You
They
know?
haven't seen you like that? Of all the Eagles games?
They
all these years?
probably have, but not in
Not
a
on
setting
this
like
level.
this. Yeah.
How old's your oldest?
21. He's graduating from Duquesne in a couple months.
Congratulations,
Thank
man.
you.
Congratulations. Bravo.
Shout out, Joe.
Live
Let's
audience
go.
here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
baby.
kismet, man.
Yeah.
I mean that. It's just crazy.
And by the way, shout out to Christopher Plant, Radio Kismet, wonderful facility here. If you guys,
So much hospitality.
Yes,
Lets us.
Any relation to Robert Plant?
no, I don't think so. I don't think so. But if anybody's looking for a place that they can, if you got a small company or you work remote and you need to get out of the house, this is a great place for co-working. It's beautiful here. It's got this
Gorgeous.
wonderful energy. So check out
I love the lighting, too.
Kismet Co-work Radio
Shout out
Kismet.
Christopher Plant,
Thank you
Shout
so
out
much,
Chris.
Plant.
friend of the Pigeons.
All right, so Fink, I bet you have some things cooking for the game, right?
Not yet. I hope Mike's hosting us.
You're going back to Mike's.
I'm
This
really-
hasn't been talked about
Not yet.
at all.
No, I have
That's
not
shocking
talked
to
any
me.
Super Bowl plans yet.
See,
I
I'm the
also work
annoying
on the
person.
I also worked the Super Bowl and we were like crazy busy. So I worked till like 4.
Okay.
So I gotta.
But that's actually awesome because you can be like, oh, I got to work till 4, and then you just slide in on someone else's plane. You don't have to do anything.
Run home, take
and
a
you
quick
can bring
shower.
some hoagies unless you run out.
Exactly.
Right.
Run home, take a quick shower, run out wherever we're going.
See the Eagles defeat Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you read this text? First read the number there.
Okay.
You can read the number.
406.
Yeah. 324.
Oh,
I don't know if you
324.
wanna
Hold
read
on.
it.
Yeah, go ahead.
406-324-7800.
Okay. Now read what the text says.
I have your number in my address book, but I don't know who you are anymore. Do we know each other?
Right. This is okay. Ready for this? So I forward this text to my entire family, to Susan, to Ellen, my wife, to my kids, to my father-in-law, to the kid's girlfriend and boyfriend, and so I get back. Are you like a moron? Are you kidding? You don't know that this is a scam? So,
Right.
and I said this is probably a scam because I got a second one
Right.
from a different number.
As
So-
I'm reading it, I'm like,
yeah. So if you get that kind of a text and it looks like
PSA from Michael Barkann.
on a related note,
unbelievable.
on a related note,
Third one.
can I tell you this?
Yeah.
My dad, he answers every phone call.
He does. I know
Every phone call, whatever it comes in. Hello? I'm like, oh my God, no. Why are you doing
We
that?
got caller ID now, Dad.
He doesn't. Okay. All right. I want to throw one more shout out because
One more shout out.
We didn't get this, and it's important.
I hope this
Okay.
one's shouting out me.
Listen,
Please shout
you
out
see
me.
this right here?
Please shout out.
Dan,
Yeah.
get in there and
Federal
just see
Donuts?
the shimmer.
I really
Okay.
want to take one, but but
Do
it.
it's so
Do it. Take one.
You're in.
perfectly
Okay.
Take
aligned.
one.
I can't do
Here's
it.
the
now.
thing. I think a lot of people probably think of Federal Donuts as like the place you go and you get something in and out. But know this, Federal Donuts is here for your Super Bowl needs. Okay, we have the Fed Nuts Big Game Package.
Which includes Tom Henneman coming to your house and cooking for you. That's like $7,000.
We have a spread of chicken sandwiches, donuts, wings, fries, slaw. Feeds up to 25 hungry fans.
Are you serious?
Yes, to pre-order this for game day, you can head to their website, federaldonuts.com, or check out the link in their Instagram bio at Federal Donuts. Listen, if there's one thing I know, those guys have not hesitated to work with us on the tailgates and all that, and they've been all
For
along.
some reason.
For some reason. They've been along this crazy journey with us. They are a real Philadelphia brand. They've been doing it for years. They put in the work. They're authentic as they come, and you are not going to regret
And the best
getting
part,
food from
they're
them.
so good. I
$1.65.
It's delicious.
$1.65. That looks like a pretty good deal to me.
I'm
48.
getting it. To whatever Super Bowl party I'm attending, I'm getting this.
You're getting this?
Getting it.
All right.
You know
cool.
what?
You see
To
that?
me,
Oh, that's not it.
my
That- you know what? That's okay.
The game
It's
package.
okay.
Oh,
on.
Fink blew it.
Way to
Fink
go,
blew it.
Fink.
Oh,
Like
no.
that? Son
I'm
of a
on it.
gun.
I'm just going to change.
I
got it.
mean, tailgate, big game. It's easy to do. Okay. We covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you so much for joining us,
kidding
my
me?
friend.
You got it, Meech. Great
know,
to see you again,
Big
man.
fan, honest to God.
Back at you. I
You're,
love
you're the
this
number
stuff.
one
Fink,
sports
I'm
guy.
going to bring hoagies to your house.
You got it. What
You
time?
got it.
Tonight?
Yeah. I got the keys to the store. We can go right now.
Yeah, go
Tom
right now.
Henneman,
He'll
thank
slice
you.
them
Hold on,
for
can we
you.
get we got to get a prediction.
Oh, you want to go predictions?
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
ready. Are you
Oh,
ready?
I'm ready, but
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
this.
Okay.
Chiefs win 28-27. Okay. No, the Eagles will win this game. I'm still
Yeah,
fulminating
it takes
over a
time.
score.
It takes time.
And So, but the Eagles will win.
You feel good about it?
Yeah, I'm
I
not
do
ready
feel
for.
good
I'm not
about
ready
it.
for a prediction
Yeah,
yet.
I
We're
mean,
going to have another
It's too early, Fink.
show before.
Also, do you call? Do we have any time left?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
do we?
there's
Do
no
we?
We got all the time in the
Okay,
world.
I don't know. Do we call this? There are 6 or 7 guys from the 2017 season team. So do we call this a complete rebuild, or do we call it a tweak, or do we call? I mean, you got
gonna
major
go with,
stays on the line.
If you change coaches, it's a complete rebuild. I think.
No, I'm going with
That's a great
reset.
Coaches and QB.
Lane and Kelsey.
Lane
Reset.
and Kelsey and Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox.
Yeah, it's a reset. It's not a rebuild.
They were your keystone.
Was
to
Mile
this
out of here?
next.
Was Mile out of here? Oh, it's Sayamalo. Wasn't Sayamalo was here?
Yes,
Yeah.
he
Right.
was.
So
I'm
Kelsey,
going.
Sayamalo.
I do not call it a rebuild. I think interesting. I don't know exactly what transpired with Doug and Carson, all that, but Howie and Jeffrey made the decision to go in another direction. Unbelievable how quickly they were able with Nick coming in. And look, you got to give Howie a ton of credit. I heard. What do they have? 10 out of 11 offensive starters were drafted.
Yeah.
As compared to the Chiefs' 5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just unreal what they've been able to
That's
do.
how-
Once you fire a coach and trade a QB, it's a rebuild.
Yes.
All right. Well, I got to say this, though. You have to give them credit, too. They have been operating with a sense of urgency, right? Like they won the Super Bowl, and then when they didn't get right back to where they wanted to, they're like, that's not good enough for us. And they could have easily kept
The new
Doug.
norm.
Yeah, they could have kept Doug. They could have been like, oh, Carson. But
The
they were like,
genius-
Jeffrey said the day he fired Doug, he probably shouldn't have been fired. I mean, that's the owner
Yeah.
saying about the coach.
But look at-
So, yeah.
I mean,
You
look,
can't-
it could have went, I don't know.
What
The-
I like
the
is
genius
what Frank
of
Reich
drafting
said.
hurt.
Sorry,
You
what Frank Reich said about Nick Sirianni, because he coached for him in Indianapolis, said, you're going to see this guy in full effect when he comes to Philadelphia. What you've seen, what you will see, he was built for these moments, and he will be continued to.
He's not just, what would the guy say, a free ride? You
Yeah.
know, he's not.
Well, look, the day he was introduced, a lot of people were like, oh, like nails on a blackboard. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was
Including
rough.
me.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
honest. I wasn't very
But you know what? I only
impressed.
heard what
But
he
it was the
said.
same way with Charlie Manuel when he got hired. I was like, this guy, he doesn't know anything.
right.
Next,
Charlie's
2 years later, I wanted him to be my grandpa.
Please, Grandpa Charlie. He's an amazing guy. I'm a great
Well,
manager, too.
It's
I
been-
I'm
named.
sorry, you were saying.
I forget what I was going to say, but
Just be honest.
whatever. It probably wasn't
It
important
happens to
or
me all the
good or
time.
funny.
Look, the bottom line is this. Your Philadelphia Eagles are going to play in the Super Bowl. We got another week to just absorb all of the vibes that come along with that. It's going to be very exciting.
I wish we could absorb it with some good Super Bowl merchandise instead of.
You want to get a last rant in on
Yeah,
this?
I do want to get a last rant in because every year, every season, you could go after the any team wins a championship game. You go to Modell's, you go to any store, and it's just so much merchandise, and it's just out there, and you pick through whatever you want. Now you got to order it online. It might come before the Super Bowl. It might not. It might come after the Super Bowl. You got to wait for their delivery guys. You can't find an Eagles jersey, a midnight green one with the Super Bowl patch. They sell gray jerseys. Like the Eagles don't wear gray jerseys.
They're silver or white.
By the way, this midnight green stuff got to go.
Well, it's
No,
gonna
I-
go,
I-
isn't
you're
it?
wearing there?
I love
Isn't it
midnight
gonna go?
green.
You do?
Yeah.
Over that?
Love some
No
Over
way.
this, I do.
No
Get
way.
outta here.
I'm so.
It's going
I'm
anyway.
with you.
so-
I love
It's
it.
not going.
That is classy. That is regal. That is it's got history, and it is what we should be wearing on this team.
I like it, but I do love the midnight.
It doesn't
green.
matter because they're going to Kelly Green.
Yeah.
I think
No,
in the
it's
next,
only for one game. I think.
I thought it's for more than that.
I don't
but
think so.
I'm unsure.
We'll
Look,
see.
I
Let's-
like the All Blacks. I like
I'm in
those.
all black. Let's focus on what's in front of us. And I have something to tell you guys. If you need merchandise and you weren't able to get any, I went to Stanley's Hardware today to get some duct tape. They got a bunch of merchandise. You know, I don't. It doesn't
Yeah,
look like
outside of Dagwood,
It doesn't
they
look
got
like
a
it's
table with merchandise.
It doesn't look officially licensed.
Some
You know,
North
it's a little
Catholic
bit
boys,
interesting, but you need a Super Bowl shirt.
We got Fink's gear with
Stanley's
Eagles on
Hardware.
it.
Thanks, gear.
There you
Look at
go.
that.
Speaking of
Oh,
cease and
yeah.
desist,
Oh, it's beautiful.
look at that.
The eagle holding a hoagie.
Beautiful. Who's your lawyer? That's fine. You're good.
Lawyer,
You're totally good.
You now.
All right, look, I don't know what we're gonna do next week, but I didn't know what we were gonna do this week, and this didn't work out so bad. So,
Wait, can you get T-shirts with the City Pigeons logo?
oh yeah, Tom has one on right now. Look, check this thing out.
Are
It's
you serious?
beautiful. Yeah, look at the. Oh yeah.
Where do you get those?
Well, they're not
we'll
in
have,
production.
we'll have one sent to the
First of all,
Barkann
let me
house.
go-
I'll bring it with the
Okay, I
hoagie
know you,
trays.
Tom Henneman.
I can only figure out how to get here and have these people do this right now, but I'll have some bandwidth
First of all,
soon.
people are going to be walking around the street and people, hey, what's City Pigeons? Where'd you get that City Pigeons? Are you kidding me?
You want to do a side
You know
deal,
what?
man?
Let me
You want
tell
to
you,
fund
yeah,
it?
let me tell you something else. First thing you do with City Pigeons, Rocky statue. Rocky statue.
What, we like?
City Pigeons T-shirt goes on a Rocky statue.
Oh, duh.
Dumb
Obviously.
duh.
Doesn't bad things happen to everyone who puts
Not to
something
the
on
City Pigeons podcast. Pal. You know why? It's homegrown in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You put it right on a Rocky statue.
All right.
Love it.
Either that or you go to the Rodin Museum and put it on there.
All right. We'll take that under advisement. We'll take that under
I think
advisement.
it's a great idea.
All right. Well, the funny thing is, Michael would stay here all damn night. This
I will.
guy
It's
will
great.
not run out of energy. We love that about him. Listen, we thank you.
We're
because-
going out with him after this.
No, listen.
Let me tell you something.
He ain't going anywhere.
You have always been family to me. That's the way I feel about you. It's the way I feel about your mom and your dad. And that's all. I do
Hey,
anything
You
for
talking
you.
to me or Jesse?
I'm talking to you, not Jesse. I'm talking
Meech
to
is
me.
right
family
back
now.
at you, Mike.
I remember.
Meech is
I
family
remember
now.
when I met him in Ocean City at the playground. And it's just so special, and it still is.
Parliament
I'll never forget
menthol
that.
I won't either.
lights.
Turn around.
Okay. Hey, go Birds. We're going to figure something
Birds.
out for next weekend. I don't really know.
Put us
Figure
in
it
your
out.
carry-on
Let's
luggage.
go.
Me and yours, Fink and yours.
Yeah,
take
we're
us,
gonna get some
take us
big
to
ass
Arizona.
luggage.
with you.
You think?
If you
We're going,
tuned in,
baby.
if you
Just
tuned
poke
in,
some holes in the luggage. Boy, we'll be all right.
Mahomes,
tuned
you're in
into the
trouble.
live- Man,
My sister's still on, by the way.
You know, I don't think so.
She's gone.
The average viewer is about
Susan, we will get you. We're getting
Tuned out
hoagies for
once I
Susan
started
as
talking
well.
about my sons punching each other.
By the way, I was told that the average. How long is the average attention span?
Like 15
Not
seconds.
this long.
Less.
Is that a goldfish or us?
It's not as long as we've been talking.
8 seconds. Honest to God.
But you know what?
How about how much action in an NFL game? I love the way you do this, by the way. I'm going to start that now on the air. I'm going to be like, hey.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here we go. Susan is still watching.
Susan is still watching.
Yes,
I love you, Susan.
Susan has the same kind of motor that you do. This is unbelievable.
What was I just saying? I was saying something that was really good and important, but I forgot what it was.
Oh, the amount of
hitting each other?
NFL game, like how much is played, right? The attention span.
11 minutes.
Yeah.
11 minutes of running around. 60-minute game. 11 minutes of action. That's it. Okay, I'm out.
All right. Hey, thank you guys for checking us out.
Thank you so much.
Please do the,
I'll be here
liking,
next week.
subscribing,
I'll be
whatever.
here.
That's what Michael wants.
We'll be
Donate
joining
to
you
the Michael
live.
Barkann Foundation.
Yes.
Barkann Family Healing Hearts Foundation.
There you go.
Thank you.
And
Barkann
let's go Birds.
Foundation.org.
Let's go Birds.
Go Birds.
All right. Here comes the outro. It's coming. Is it
Is it an
running?
outro?
Yeah, there it is.
Is it
All right.
music?
Yeah, there's music. There's
I
logos.
just can't hear
It's
it.
very
Oh, there's the
professional.
Good Heart Firm.
The
Yeah, they
music is Jesse playing the bass.
I know. It's kind of
that's
like a
true.
Blink
I did-
182 thing.
That's right.